time of love. They spend the afternoons pulling weeds between the beans, laughing about cleaning stalls and the mud on Terry's jeans. When the heat rolls in, they pack a bag and head out for the coast. Sunset on the shoreline is the thing they love the most. When the berries turn that perfect shade of blue, they fill up every bucket, every dream comes true. Side by side through storms and through the calm.
No, why not?
Is it only one color?
There's red. I used yellow. There's only three
No,
colors.
I'll use this.
Yeah, I did.
Here's one.
Larry drinks his coffee strong, steam rising in the dawn.
I spotted the first wild iris of the year. First that I've seen, I should say. Probably not the first. I think I might have mentioned that spring is a happening thing. And boy, this Bartlett pear is really going to town. Oh, look how sharp that looks. Real hopeful for a good produce year. We did get a few pears, maybe a half dozen out of this little tree last year. It's about 4 or 5 years old now, and it started off with a year or two of recovery from hardship, let's just say. And this pear tree, these two here are starting to blossom. They're looking good, but check out this cherry tree down here. Man, and that cherry tree, if you look at the bark, it looks like it's suffering. And I had some limbs die off in the last few years, but boy, you wouldn't know it from the blossoming here that's going on. Oh, it's incredible. When we're not occupying this spot, we've been working on fencing for a week or two. We do have this back one strung up. It'll be getting a topper on it. Probably a couple strands of barbed wire. And the one that's running across this way, down at the bottom, is about half done. Just today I got these two fence posts dug. And this H-brace put together with its little wire tensioning deal there. And so that will have a gate on it, which I picked up off of Marketplace. That gate will be going right where I stand. That gate will be going up to the pasture where that other gate sits. And that other gate will go probably into reserve duty. And then this other little walk-through gate will be going, hanging on this post here at the top of the garden. I got these done a few days ago, dug, and got the H, this part, the H, put in today along with the diagonal brace. So we are ready to run fencing down this line, and none too soon, because the stuff that the deer like to munch on is just starting to leaf out. The Photinia are awfully beautiful in the spring. It's almost like they've confused spring for fall, because the new growth comes out bright red, kind of like a maple tree in the fall. This is the second youngest Rhodie on the farm. I think it's probably into its third season now, but boy, are we looking forward to when that's big. Check that out. Those are gorgeous. Well, we mentioned in a previous video that we wanted 43 more years, and so we figure we better get it off to a decent start. So we're here working on it, and you know, good marriage is really hard work. You got to do this stuff, right? I feel like are we working you too hard here?
Not yet.
All right. Well, I'll sign up for 43 more of this. Had some birds out there, kind of at the very outer edge of the surf, dive bombing the waves, splashing into the water every now and then. It's kind of fun. Hey there. Let's go flying. It's a pretty day in the neighborhood. Looks like we got, is that a coyote?
There it is.
There she blows. There it is. Nice big spout. And the backside going over. There's another spout. Cruising down the coastline, heading north.
The morning light falls softly on the years we've come to know. Terry, you're the prettiest lady ever graced by time's slow flow. You're God's blessing to the earth and His blessing straight to me. A quiet kind of miracle that only love can see.
Wave at
We've walked
Terry in
through
there.
changing seasons, through the laughter and the strain. And even though we're losing marbles, I do it all again. We keep them in our marble jar, the ones we've managed to save. Little memory.
Well, there's certainly a lot to be said about sunset tonight. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a sunset quite this unbelievable. Absolutely stunning. And the Lord said, ta-da!
Little memories of tenderness, the brave among the brave. Happy birthday, Terry. You're the love that lights my way. The gentle song my heart still hums at the closing of each day. And if the years are rolling rivers, then I'll drift them all with you. My companion, my forever, in the old and in the new. You're the prettiest soul to ever start drawing Social Security, but age just paints you brighter, like the dawn across the sea. And I'm grateful for the journey, for the grace in every mile, for the way you lift my spirit with a simple, quiet smile. Happy birthday, Terry. You're the love that lights my way. The gentle song my heart still hums at the closing of each day. And if the years are rolling rivers, then I'll drift them all with you. My companion, my forever, in the old and in the new. Happy birthday, Terry. May your blessings overflow. You're the
Happy
love of
birthday,
my
Ma.
lifetime.
You can check in soon, Katie.
Salute. That's a dogwood tree. Out here in the forest. Up here by Big Tree, which is frequently our turnaround point. Well, once again, it's that time of the year to get rid of a burn pile. And an old busted down garden gate that I've been replacing. More on that later. We'll show you the garden fence update. But meanwhile, we got kind of a cool day going on here. And if you have to have a fire going on, might as well be on a cooler day than a warmer one. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking we're just a bunch of bleeding hearts. Well, turns out we are. This little ditch is full of them. And where are we, you ask? Well, we are to a place where we walk frequently. Farm Report watchers will recognize. We just crossed Watkins Creek down below that clear cut. And a little area that's full of bleeding heart. Here we go again. Let's see what's happening today. We have in the garage the tractor I refer to as Red 2. Red 2, you say? Why Red 2? Well, more on that later. But today what we're going to be doing is changing out this carburetor, because this mower is kind of chronically surging as it runs. Vroom, 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 just constant like that. And so, because nobody wants to be running around mowing their lawn with a dirty, cruddy, scuzzy looking carburetor like that, it's just not good etiquette with lawn mowing. What we're going to do is put on this shiny new carburetor and maybe a new fuel filter, possibly a new fuel line, and air filter that all came in a kind of a tune-up kit, and a spark plug that's already in. So we're going to be doing that today and then see how it runs, if it's going vroom, 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 or if it's nice and steady. Okay, look at that shiny new carburetor on there. And even if it doesn't run well, and I have to take it to a professional mechanic, at least it's, in ship-shape form and able to do that. This is kind of like putting on clean underwear in case you get in an accident and you don't want the emergency room staff to see dirty underwear. Yeah, this is kind of the same deal. So let's see how she runs. Probably take a few cranks to get some gas into the carburetor. So, I heard somebody ask, why is there a Red 2? What does that mean? And be careful about asking those questions, because I'm going to answer them. You probably didn't want to hear the answer, but here we go. This is Red 2 on the farm, and yes, there are 2 red tractors right now, and a silver one. A man can never have too many, right? So this is Red 2. This is Red 1. We're out in the barn, and this is the one I worked on this winter and put the pulled the engine and put the camshaft in there and all that. And it's running really nice. However, the tractor itself is running really nice. The mower deck has some issues, and I'll show you what that is. Right now, when I mow the yard, I like to use a mulching plug and mulch the grass rather than shooting out to the side. So let's take this plug off and I'll show you just what's going on. There we go. Now, you can see here that there is supposed to be a metal piece coming out here like this, going all the way across. And it's a rather substantial part of the deck, kind of holds the circular shape of it. And also it's what the mulching plug sits down on. So this one's kind of hanging in there by its, a little bit. But I thought, well, I might want to look around for, occasionally you see people just selling decks for $100 or $150. I thought maybe I'll get myself a better deck that's in better shape and put that on there, because the rest of the tractor seems to be running fine. So I'm pretty pleased with it. So that's what I was looking for one day on Marketplace. So that's when I saw my mower deck that was in a little better shape. Let me take you around and show you what's under there. And you can see how that looks much different with that metal bar coming across there. So that's in good shape. However, there is one thing about the mower deck, and it was $140, just what I was looking for. It had a tractor attached to it. A tractor that had a dead battery, wasn't running real well. We did jump the battery before I took it home, and it would start up, so I knew it would run. And I thought, well, why not try to refurb this? So I did put in a new battery. I worked quite a bit with the blade. The blade was not engaging, and I think it was just a bad corroded contact on this. It's this electric clutch system on the blade, just like Red 1. And so I worked on that, got the blade running, but now it does not go into gear yet. And there's a little bit of troubleshooting I need to do with that. And so this is actually a hydrostatic transmission. My other one's a 6-speed manual. So this is like an automatic. So once it's in gear, you can just go faster, slower, stop, put it in reverse, put it back into reverse, neutral, all without pushing the clutch pedal in. So if I get that working, it'll be a little nicer. If not, I'll give the tractor away to some guy that wants to refurb it, and I'll still have my $140. I guess it's now I have $160 into it because I spent $20 on that aftermarket carburetor. So time will tell. We'll see what the redneck mechanic can pull off. As long as I'm in the business of updates today, I should take you out and show you what's been going on here with the garden and the fence and all. Been working like crazy this spring to get this hopefully close to deer proof. I have a little work left to go. This last section here I'm going to be stretching across this opening and tying to a removable post. It's sitting in a hole in the ground there. That's because I hope to at some points be able to roll that fence back and pull into here with a trailer full of mulch or whatever to put on the garden. But we do have a couple of walk-through gates. These were Craigslist find, getting some hardware for them, and we've made significant progress. I'll walk you around. Here's our other walk-through gate up on the top side of the garden, on the orchard side, and we have all the way down back corner of the vineyard, 6-foot fence. This part of the fencing went fairly quickly. It is actually two pieces of fencing overlapped in the middle, so I can get 6 feet out of it. Hopefully, I guess technically deer can jump a little higher than that, but hopefully they won't be in the mood for that. Back here on the back side of the vineyard, we have all the way down to that corner. And just in the nick of time, I might add, because look what is happening here in the vineyard. I was a little bit worried how the grapes would be doing this year, because about this point in their development last year, the deer would come in and just eat all this new growth off and mow them down repeatedly. So there was green growth that they kind of missed or allowed here or there, or it was just too high to be convenient for them, but not a lot. So I'm glad to see things coming back. There are a couple I'm concerned about, like this guy here. I don't see much greenery on him yet. I do think way down low there, so the top part might be dying back, and it may come back from way down low. We'll see about that. This guy here doesn't look too good either. But I thought I saw a bud coming on him too. Well, just time will tell. Anyway, down on this end, fencing down here, I'm going to put a gate in here. This is just sort of strung on the posts right now, hanging there, but it will get some hinges and open up, and a little bit of fencing across the top between those two posts, so that hopefully the deer aren't tempted to jump through here either. Here's the back side. I'm going to have another rollback gate here, so on occasion when I want to bring some of that mulch and stuff down here, as I did last fall, rather than having to unload way up there and pull it all down one wheelbarrow at a time, I can pull the trailer back through here and just have it right here to unload, so I don't need to walk quite as far. And then I still have a little bit of filling in to do here. This fence is pretty shot and sitting over to the side, but it goes up to, I think I'll probably re-fence in there up to the lilac bush there. Isn't that pretty? I wish I had smell-o-vision for you, because as we're walking by here, those of you that love lilacs know what I'm talking about. So I did string so far one strand of straight wire up at the top, but I'll string a few more, one or two more of those down here, and then maybe some, there's still a little bit of woven wire down here that hasn't been completely eaten up by the hedge. And we'll button up the holes. Right now, I think if a deer really wanted to, and they wanted to come all the way down into the driveway and find a hole to hop through over here, they probably could. So we'll get all this buttoned up in the next week or two. Meanwhile, it won't be too long here before we got to pull the plastic over, run the tiller through, and then lay it all back down and get it ready for seeding. I do have tomato plants ready to go in the greenhouse, so I'd like to get those in the ground pretty soon. And I think I have this mostly, if not deer proof, then deer discouraged at this point. Our raspberries seem a little slow on the uptake this year, but they're coming along. Hopefully they'll do okay. When we cut them down like this, it takes out the spring fruiting season and they just go for summer. Don't see a lot over in here. There's one here and there, so hopefully they'll come back from root. While we're out in the orchard, look at all those cherries. Man, are they coming along. For a tree that, I mean, the bark looks so sickly. Check that out. It looks like we're going to get quite the cherry crop this year. So for all of you whose life is not a bowl of cherries, please come to the farm in about 6 weeks, maybe 7 or 8, and hang out with us and we'll give you a bowl of cherries. This pear tree has some pears start, as does the other. And this is the tree that I featured quite a bit last year with all these grafts. You see the black tape is where things were grafted. Check this out. Look at all those. Those are pluots. There's so many there on this branch, it's all bent over. See that? Bending over already, and they're barely even, you know, the size of, well, a little bigger than a pea, I guess. So those pluot grafts have really taken off well. Haven't seen anything. This side is Brooks plum grafting, and the greenery and the growth is doing very well this spring. They did blossom, but I don't see any fruit developing from that. So maybe next year. More plums in here. I think this is our Asian plum. And these are Bartlett pears, and they're coming along. Our peach tree or nectarine or whatever it is after did a lot of blossoming, but I do not see that it set fruit this year, so I don't think it's going to do anything. And our apples are putting along, just getting done with their blossoming, so I think they're doing as good as usual. There's a graft here that's green growth coming along, and we have a little bit of our original grafted tree is actually going to bear fruit this year. This is a graft, and this is a graft over here, blossoming quite a bit, and hopefully that fruit will set. Step one in taking a look at our transmission is to look at it from the top, so we need to remove the fender as we've done here. And step two is to blow this off and get it a little cleaner. Okay, so I got the seat off and the gas tank moved aside. Let's show you what's going on down here. Just what I suspected, actually. But first of all, I had to do quite a bit of cleaning out of grass and everything, that's crap that's down here. Got most of it out, but boy, there's just a ton of stuff lying all over the place. It's a lawnmower. Anyway, what these automatics have is the ability to disengage the drive by pushing this in if you happen to want to push it by hand, which hopefully is not a lot. You pull this out and then push it back in. And one of the things that can happen, see the end of that rod pushes this spring, and you can see it's not really moving the lever. So these levers freeze up. So what I'm going to need to do is tap it a little bit and probably put a heck of a lot of PB Blaster and WD-40 and that sort of thing on this little joint here to get this moving freely again. And then the transmission hopefully will engage. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's see if I get this to budge a little bit. Yep, it's moving a little bit. Let me work on it with some other tools. Okay, so we got it loosened up, and here's what it was supposed to do. Just move back and forth like that. Simple. Well, we have this put back together, and that lever's working now. Let's see if it'll go into gear. We know it'll run. Let's see if it'll move forward and back.
Almost heaven, Western Oregon, Philomat sunrise. Mist is rolling sitting on Mary's Peak, watching from the sky above, springtime waking every meadow that I love. Forest roads take me home to the place I belong. Philemon valleys, coast range ridges take me home. Forest roads take me home to Terry's arms, the one that I love. All my memories gather round there, fern soft pathways, cool and mossy air, wildflowers glowing where the sunlight breaks petals, drifting gently down the mountain lakes. Forest roads take me home to the place I belong. Philemon valleys, coast range ridges take me home. Forest roads take me home to Terry's smile, the one that I love. And when the evening settles low, Mary's Peak in the sunset glow, no matter how far I roam, there's a voice that calls me home. Forest roads take me home to the place I belong. Philemon valleys, coast range ridges take me home. Forest roads take me home to Terry's heart, the one that I love. Happy birthday, Terry. May your blessings overflow. You're the love of my whole lifetime, more than you could ever know. We're in the marble jar together, and that's where we'll always be. Losing marbles, keeping love, and staying wild and free.
Far enough, girl.
What are you looking at? Well, it's April 30th, and that means the end of the month, and it's time for me to take you apart and take you down.